fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at CG15 Core Granner Leo Red Custom Tomica and Core Granner Eagle Blue Custom Tomica from Tomica Kizuna Gattai Earth Granner. Now, if you watched my last Earth Granner video where we took a look at the Tyrannotops custom set, that came with two pterodactyls, red and blue. And while we took a look at the compatibility with Tyrannotops, they also have compatibility with Leo Cheetah and Eagle Shark. So when Raiga and Kuga use the pterodactyls to power up, they get these kind of new repaint looks for their Tomicas. So you can see that this is the Leo Tomica and the Eagle Tomica, but with this cool new gold paint job. I think they look kind of sharp, honestly. The gold and the red I think look really, really cool. And this is a way for them to kind of give us, variants that also get new sounds out to us. So I think it makes sense. Packaging, pretty standard here. Has a nice picture of the two cars on the front. Not too much going on the bottom, just shows that batteries are included. Cool picture of red on this side. Cool picture of blue on this side. Looking around at the back. Of course, both of the cars are compatible with the handle and the brace. And then, of course, the Gal Granner and the Earth Granner. And then you combine the pterodactyls to the Earth Granners, which we'll take a look at all of that. So they do have compatibility. The pterodactyls actually combined with the Gal Granner and then the Earth Granner as well. So should be a lot to take a look at in this one. Gonna go ahead, get these two out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look. So here are the two cars out of the packaging on their own. Now you'll remember that the head visors or crests, whatever you want to call them, that will go along with this don't actually come with these. They came with the Tyrannotops custom set. I showed them off briefly in the last video, saying that they'll come in handy for this. So these do not come with the head crests on their own. You have to get the other set if you want to use them with this. But you need the pterodactyls from that set as well, so it's not like you can do much with these on their own anyway. But they look really good. I think they did a really nice job with this gold paint. Really, really sharp. I love the red streaks on the side. The pattern there is very cool. The red wheels. You can see that it says Core Granner Leo Red Custom there on the side. Here's the QR code. You have the on and off switch, so we'll go ahead and turn it on. So we've looped around there. So you have about 5 or so phrases on its own. But I think the color scheme looks really great. Really happy with that. Here is Blue Custom. And you see the little bit of metallic paint there. I'm trying to see if this has... I don't notice it as much. I think because there's such a large amount of blue in this area, you can kind of see the sparkly nature to the paint. Whereas it doesn't show up so much on red because he doesn't have a very large like red painted area the way this guy does. So you can kind of see the glitter in the paint there, which I think looks really good. Again, you have the eagle head and the design there on the side, which looks really cool. It says Core Granner Eagle Blue Custom, blue wheels. Really, really sharp. I think all these look really, really nice. Go ahead and turn this on. So about the same number of phrases for blue as there is for red. But yeah, both of these look really sharp. I really like them a lot. I think the gold looks really good, especially with the, red and blue accent colors. Just all in all, I really like the look of both of these. I guess we'll start first with Leo. So let's go ahead and pop this guy into Gal Granner Leo. Alright, so I'm going to cycle through the sounds first, and then I'll actually attach the pterodactyl pieces. Okay, I think we've gone all the way around there. So, pretty decent number of sounds, which I think is a lot of fun. Plus, you get the initial combination sound. So, if we bring Red Terra in, basically you're going to disassemble these two pieces from the top, and you're going to disconnect the light gray blade pieces. And then we will put those off to the side for the moment. We will come around to the back, and you can see the kind of head connection piece. That's going to connect into this area right here. So we want to make sure that this pegs onto here. Now you're probably going to want to move these out of the way just so they don't cause a problem. There we go. And then you can kind of push them back down if you like. And then you're going to take these pieces and you're going to, I think this one actually goes here. This is going to peg in right there. So just pop that on there, do this one on the other side. And then these pieces, this is going to peg in right there. So this will peg in like so. And then this will peg in on this side. So this is the combination of Red Terra and Granner Leo. Kind of neat. I think it looks kind of cool. Obviously, you can kind of do some kind of like drive-by blade attacks. If you wanted, you could switch them around so they kind of face out towards the front. Might be a little bit more effective. But either way, I still think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, that's it for the combination with those two. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do the connection here. Alright, so again, I'm going to cycle through the sounds and then I'll attach all the pieces. Alright, so we should be all the way around. So taking the different pieces from the pterodactyl, real quick, these simply peg onto the shins on the front. So there is, and I believe these are supposed to peg on like this, but I don't know if there's enough space, to be quite honest. Let me double check this on the instructions here. Yeah, it says that's how they're supposed to peg on, but I guess we'll just Maybe we'll have to make him stand up a little bit more straight, just so that he can actually clear the... Because I think this just has to... No, first of all, that's getting pegged on backwards. So let me peg this one on correctly. There you go. It's just a situation where you have to make sure it clears these pieces. There we go. Okay, there we go. Then we're going to scale this up and go ahead and pop on the head crest piece, which I think looks pretty cool. Come around to the back, unpeg this piece, bring Red Terra back in, and this is going to peg onto the back here like so. And then this has a connection piece that you flip up like that, and then that just pegs into this clip here like so. And then you take the two bladed pieces and peg them on to the sides. Now technically, if you wanted, I think it looks better to peg them in there, but if you wanted to peg them all the way into the front, you could. I just think this makes it look a little bit more sturdy. Let me double check which one is like the actual official directions. Yeah, I think the directions have it like this, but if you wanted to peg it into the front, you certainly could. But here is the full combination, and I think that actually looks really cool. So I like this a lot. I think this is a really cool form. I think the shin pieces look good. Like I said, there's a little bit of clearance issue down here with these pieces for the, I guess, toes, whatever you want to call them. It just might be something where you take these off, put these on first, and then put these back on, or just kind of wiggle it around like I showed you. I think the blade on the forearms looks really, really cool. I think the pterodactyl wings on the back look really neat. And I feel like this kind of seamlessly fits on here, which I think works really well. Now, if you wanted, you could put these up, which might be a better idea, just because I always thought they looked kind of dumb just hanging off there. And this way they kind of just, I don't know, seamlessly kind of integrate into the backpack, so it's not really a problem. So that looks pretty cool as well. Oh, and you can have storage for his sword sheath combo, whatever you want to call this thing. It can just peg in right there. That's how the directions tell you to do it. You could also plug it in with this peg right here if you wanted to do something where it kind of looked more like a, you know, sword on his back kind of a situation. Now that does kind of pop up a little too high. I wish it was a little bit shorter, but it does kind of look, you know, like he could grab it out of there, I guess. You can also do kind of a super weapon, which is kind of neat. So if I take this off, let me angle this down a little bit. And then we take this and flip it around and peg it in, kind of like the large sword that he typically uses in Leo Cheetah mode. And then take these off. And then they have peg holes on the side here. And they want you to peg this on like this. And then peg this one on like this. And it's kind of like a giant trident weapon, which is, I think, is pretty neat. You do run into a little bit of problems with this peg here, but you can make it work. But yeah, so this gives him this giant trident weapon. It's pretty massive. As you can see, it's kind of heavy, makes his arm sag while he's holding it, but I think it's pretty impressive, and it looks really neat, so I kind of like it a lot. Moving on next to Gal Granner Eagle, we'll go ahead and pop this in. I think that's all of them. Yeah, I think we've gone around. So now I'm going to bring in Blue Terra, and we're going to disconnect these big gun pieces. And these two pieces, very similar to the pieces we took off of Red Terra. This is going to peg in here. You can see there's two pegs sticking up there. So this is going to drop on right there. These are going to peg on and point towards the back. So that's the opposite of what we did with Leo. So peg those on right there. And then these pieces are going to peg underneath the wing. So the wing actually has a peg hole right there. So that's going to peg on right there. And then the same over here. Peg that in. And there you go. There is the combination of Blue Terra and Eagle, which I think looks pretty cool. If you wanted, you could have these go forward and act as additional guns. I kind of like the look of that. I think that looks pretty cool. But again, if you want to leave them up like this, you can certainly do that as well. It is your choice. But it's a pretty cool configuration. I think he's definitely got some firepower here, and I think this actually looks really neat. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to attach this and hope we get the right sound effects. Unfortunately, mine's kind of messed up, so we'll see how this goes, but fingers crossed. Usually I kind of have to hold these together. Alright, there we go. Yeah, see. It's still doing it. Let me see if I can... my connection is really messed up on this one, so... and then it likes to just put undue pressure on the hip joints, which I don't need. Yes, we know. So I think we've gone around at this point. All things considered, that wasn't too terrible. We just had the Kizuna Gattai once or twice, and then the actual transformation jingle once or twice. So all things considered, not too bad. All right, I'll go ahead and start connecting the Blue Terra pieces. So if we pan down to the shins, we're going to do very similarly how we connected the pieces to Cheetah. These, for whatever reason, connect much easier. I guess maybe the eagle talons for the toes of Shark just don't get in the way, obviously, so that connects very simply. We're going to come around to the back here, and let me pan the camera back up. Pop this off. This is pegged in like so. We're going to bring Terra in. We're going to peg these into these little connection spots right there. And I will say when you go to take these off later, it's pretty snug, so just be careful, but that pegs in. You can see the clip right here. That's going to clip into that spot right there on the back. So spinning him around at this point, we'll go ahead and give him the head crest. Pop that on. I think that looks pretty good. And then we have these two large gun pieces, which are going to peg in up here on the forearms. Again, the transformation is very similar to Leo Cheetah, just with the blue Terra pieces. So here he is. I think he looks really cool. I really like the head crest. I think these guns on the forearms look pretty cool. And even the shin pieces down here I think look pretty neat. If you would like, you can store this on the back. Also, you can flip these around if you want to give him some shoulder cannons, which I think looks pretty cool, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. If you'd like to store this on the back here, there is a peg, so you can go ahead and store that in there, which is kind of neat. So now, again, very much with the heavy artillery. He definitely looks like he's ready to fight. I think that's pretty cool. Tons of cannons and everything like that. He does have a weapon combination very similar to the Trident for Leo. You can take these off and then bring these up and peg these on here like so. And you can see how they have the peg hole there and that big peg on the top pegs right in. And that just kind of gives them like a giant blaster. And then you can peg this in here. Now again, this is very heavy, so he's going to have some difficulty holding it, but he can make it work. So pretty cool. Honestly, I'm going to bring Leo back in if I can. I think both of these guys look really cool. I kind of think red, I don't know, I'm really conflicted because like blue's my favorite color and I think blue looks really good. But I think red looks a little bit cooler because he has the pterodactyl wings like on the back to enable flight. But I mean, Eagle doesn't need those because he can already fly. I really like, you know, the Trident weapon and the combined blaster over here. I think both the head crests look really cool with the metallic paint. So I think both of these combinations look really, really cool. I think they did a nice job with these. I'm really happy with how they turned out. Alright, so we still have some sounds to check out. We'll go ahead and pop these guys into the Earth Brace. I think that's everything. Yeah, I think we've gone all the way around. Next up we'll do Eagle. I think that's all the way around. I think that's all the way around. So, decent amount of sounds for each. You get the transformation jingle, you get the attack sound, and then a couple extra phrases cycling through. Next up, we'll try him in the Earth handle. I think that's all the way around. I'm pretty sure they're the same phrases from using it with the Earth brace. I think I've gone all the way around there. So like I said, I'm pretty sure they are the same phrases as the brace, but still they can be accessed from either one. I think this is a really cool set. I think both of these cars look fantastic. The gold color scheme really works, especially with the metallic red and blue accent color. I just think those color combinations look really good. And this is a way to get some new sounds to you, which is always fun. Now, yes, technically you can do all the robot configurations by just picking up that Tyrannotops custom set. You do not need these cars to do any of those robotic combinations. All these cars are doing is giving you the sounds that accompany those combinations. So if you don't really care about the sounds and you just want the mecha, you don't have to pick this set up. You can just get the Tyrannotops custom set and use that with Leo Cheetah and Eagle Shark and do all the robotic combinations that I've showed you here. But these give you the sounds that accompany them, and I think they're pretty fun. I mean, this set is not that expensive. These cars are usually somewhere in the area of $8 to $10 a piece. which for lights and sounds in a car, I don't think is very expensive at all. I wanted to show you that the visors can fit on the vinyl dolls, even though, again, these did not come with this set. They came with the Tyrannotops custom set. I just don't think I showed them off at the time, so I wanted to show it off here. Just like all of the head crests, they can go on the robots and the vinyl dolls, which I think is pretty cool. Still really bummed they never made vinyl dolls for J and G. At this point, I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd love to be proven wrong. Back to the cars. Anyway, I think this is a cool set. I really don't think it's that expensive. From what I remember, it was somewhere in the area of 15 to 20 before shipping. For, again, 2 cars with electronics, lights, and sounds, I think it's a pretty fair price. And like I said, I really love this color scheme. I think they did a really great job. The gold really pops with the red and the blue metallic accent colors. So if you already have the Tyrannotops custom set, I recommend picking this set up because it kind of adds to that, gives you the fun sound effects that would go with those combinations, and really makes a nice set of everything all together. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.